Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. AFC North. We've got the Cincinnati Bengals up for the preview. This is going to be another play from Ralph. Bryan, the Bengals, this is a team that, they missed the playoffs last year. They had that great run of going to the playoffs. They just never would win a game once they got there. But, Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, everybody, a lot of complaints about him as far as not being able to win a big game. But there's not a lot of teams that could say up until last year that they took their team to the playoffs every year, too. I look at the Bengals, and they're at a crossroads just like Baltimore. They're either going to regress or come back to where they were. What do you think about this 2017 Bengals team?
Well, the advantage they have, in my regards, from a number standpoint, they were 1-6 in one-score games last year. You would think that would be some regression to the mean on the over. But there's a couple things that concern me. Number one is the health. Last year, Cincinnati was third in the league in health. The year before, they were first in the league in health. By far the healthiest team in the NFL the last 2 years. That doesn't happen very often, especially in a division where you got some physical teams. And like you say, Baltimore and Pittsburgh, teams get beat up, players get beat up. Another concern I have with Cincinnati is they're 31st in the league in spending on the offensive line. You've got to be able to protect your skill position players. If the quarterback goes down in Cincinnati, their season's over. I do have concerns about that offensive line. I know they run the football a lot, so that's not much of a major factor. But if you're not spending enough money, you're not getting quality players, and you always got to worry about the depth. So I do have some concerns in that regard about the Bengals.
Ralph, the Bengals Bryan hit the nail on the head with the offensive line being the biggest concern on this team. And although overall they were healthy for the season, they were missing two key players at different times during the season, and it was an integral part of the offense. Tyler Eifert and A.J. Green only played a grand total of 3 games together last year. You take your two biggest weapons and you take one of them away, it lets defenses key in, double team on the other guy, and it lets you do more blitzing on a team that's suspect on the offensive line. If these guys are healthy this year, I think you're going to see improvement from the Cincinnati offense. What are you looking at, Ralph?
Well, I agree with you. A.J. Green only played 10 games and really only 8 real games. He still had 964 yards. That just shows you the talent he is. I'm going to go back to Cincinnati and what have they done recently. Prior to last year, they averaged 10.8 wins per year for 4 years. That is an impressive total in this division. Last year, 6-9-1, but they were plus 6 yards per game. So that's much more like a 8-8 or an 8-7-1 team. So again, I expect them to improve on that. Dalton's 91.8 rating was the second best of his career. He threw for 4,200 yards with a very nice ratio. And Cincinnati played a first-place schedule last year. People forget how much more difficult it is to play that first-place schedule. They were coming off the 12-4 year. They played the first-place schedule. Now they're playing a third-place schedule. Makes it much more manageable. I do like Cincinnati over 8.5, and of all of my plays on all of these videos, this is my favorite for today. Cincinnati over 8.5, and I'm also going to throw in a flyer. Not quite Cheetah's Offensive Player of the Year that Dak Prescott was last year for his big payoff. But I do like Joe Mixon at 14-1 as the NFL Offensive Player of the Year. He's an incredible talent that slid in the draft because of what happened at Oklahoma. Cincinnati's run game has not been efficient. I think he's the guy that changes that this year.
All right, I got to agree with you on the over 8.5. I like that one as well. Would probably have been my third pick. I put 2 out on the show. That would have been my third one. So there you have it. Hey, guys, if you are brand new to Wager Talk, well, we want to give you a bonus. After your first purchase of $12 or more, email support, put your username in the email, and we will put $50 in your account to spend any way you like. It's our way of saying thank you for joining the Wager Talk family. That's a $50 bonus for you to spend at Wager Talk any way you like. We'll be back with more here at WagerTalk.com.